Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. I'm your host here, Rising Oblivion, and today we're going to be talking about Tetsuya Nomura, the guy behind the Final Fantasy series, the Kingdom Hearts series, the World Ends With You series, and many other games. He had hinted towards him releasing a brand new video game for the Nintendo Switch. So down here we have a little bit of a thing that we have found from an interview with Tetsuya Nomura. So this person here says, it was a rare opportunity for you to appear in a Nintendo Dream article, this being one of Nintendo's articles, their magazines that they have. He says, with a Kingdom Hearts title that you were involved in, this being the Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory game that I've made a video about, the actual music game that is a Kingdom Hearts game. And Nomura responds back with saying, I'm sure I'll be back in the not too distant future. This being a game that is released on Switch, he has a little bit more involvement with the Switch now, and he is hinting towards bringing a brand new game to the Switch. Now, this is where the speculation comes in, guys. Is this going to be something that's brand new? Is it a new IP? Is he bringing one of his old IPs in? Is he bringing us a brand new game? It's kind of hard to tell. The World Ends With You is getting a different anime adaptation, so there's a good chance it could be The World Ends With You. I could easily see that title being brought to the Nintendo Switch, but we might be seeing something like Final Fantasy or some of the other Kingdom Hearts games being brought on here too. I'm not sure if this is going to be an exclusivity deal with the different series that he has, but there could be a chance that we might end up seeing a series exclusive on the Nintendo Switch. I don't know why they would really want to do that, but there is a chance that something like that could happen. So let's just dial in and go through his different series here. The World Ends With You seems to be like a very easy, likely title for them to put on the Nintendo Switch, but let's jump to Kingdom Hearts. Let's see what we have here. So the odds of them bringing a brand new Kingdom Hearts game is possible. Seeing how we have the Melody of Memory game now, they might be likely to bring a brand new Kingdom Hearts game to there, but we also have to think about games that have just not been flat out released or ported over to the Nintendo Switch. We have something like the other collections, the HD collections, 1.5, 2.5, then 2.8 collection, or possibly we might end up seeing the all-in-one collection put onto the Nintendo Switch. And we also have Kingdom Hearts 3, but we have to think about the Nintendo Switch's hardware. Is it capable of doing so? I easily could think that the Nintendo Switch could handle the Kingdom Hearts HD collections, just seeing as how it was so easy for them to port them or bring them to something like the PS3, and they ran well and they were pretty good running at 60 FPS. I easily could see how the handheld mode could run those Kingdom Hearts HD collections. I don't think it'd be something difficult for that to run at all, but when it comes to Kingdom Hearts 3, I'm not 100% sure. We did see stuff like The Witcher put on there, Doom, so there is a chance that we could see Kingdom Hearts 3 maybe put on there. It would not be the definitive way to play it by any means, but we might end up seeing something like that potentially brought onto there. And now let's move over to the Final Fantasy. What can they do with Final Fantasy? We know that they've been bringing over some of the very old games, like the old Final Fantasy games like Final Fantasy VII, but the not actual remake version of Final Fantasy VII, just the old style game that was released a long time ago on the PS1. What are the chances that we end up getting Final Fantasy VII Remake put onto the Switch? There is a chance that something like this could happen. It seems weird. I don't know how it would work. I don't know if it would run well at all because, man, Final Fantasy VII Remake looks so freaking good. I'm not 100% sure on the chances if that's going to be runnable on the Switch. Witcher 3, the whole game, that big game, Witcher 3 is on the Switch. Same thing with Skyrim. I don't know, man. It's going to be dialed down a lot. It's going to be 720p, 30 FPS. It's going to look a little weird, man. I don't know, but there's a chance that we could see something like that put onto there. But this is just speculation as to games that we might think that are HD remasters brought over to there. I could see easy the old HD remastered Kingdom Hearts games being put on there very easily. The World Ends With You could very easily be put on there. The ones I'm speculative of being ported over to the Switch is Kingdom Hearts 3 and the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm not too sure if that's something that's going to be capable. Maybe when it's docked on the Switch, I think that could happen, but what are the chances of it actually working on the actual just handheld version or undocked version of the Nintendo Switch? I'm not 100% sure how well that could actually run on there, but time will tell. We'll have to really see. And we also have to beg the question, is that something that we want to actually see or play? I mean, the Pro Controller, I could play in any of those games all day long, but I'm not 100% sure if I'd want to have Kingdom Hearts 3 on there or the Final Fantasy VII Remake because of just how the Joy-Cons work. We have to assume that everybody who gets this doesn't have a Pro Controller. The $70 controller costs quite a bit, so who really knows? We'll have to see. Let me know down in the comment section below, guys. What do you think we'll be getting? The World Ends With You is getting a anime adaptation, so I definitely could see them trying to tie that into The World Ends With You, have some kind of promotion thing where the anime is going, but it's also being released as a game on the Switch or a port of the game on the Switch or something like that. I could very easily see something like that happening. With Tetsuya Nomura, man, I mean, who freaking knows? He's not doing a whole lot on Final Fantasy XVI, if at all, so I don't really know what his contribution is to that. So this guy might just be chilling about, not really doing a whole lot. Maybe he's trying to work on a brand new IP. Only time will tell. We don't 100% know for sure, but we know that he has something planned for the Nintendo Switch, so we're going to have to keep our eyes out for something like that releasing on the Nintendo Switch. It's not unlike Tetsuya Nomura to announce something and it take a long time to come out, so who knows? He says it's in the near future, so maybe we'll actually be seeing a brand new IP, or maybe we'll be seeing a remaster from Final Fantasy Kingdom Hearts or something like that be brought to the Nintendo Switch before the end of the year. We could very possibly be seeing something like that. I'm very curious to see what they do. If it's a newer title, if it's an older title, let me know down in the comment section below, guys. What would you like to see ported to the Switch? Would it really be worth it? Would you really even be playing it? We'll have to just see. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Subscribe if you want to be kept up to date with everything regarding this news. I'll be sure to keep you guys the best news and keep you all updated. Thank you guys for getting me past 1,200 subscribers, guys. I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much for all of that. And as always, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.